And it's local wines, all of it?
Yes, everything's local from Ireland,
Yeah. I haven't seen many churches this beautiful. For the kids, a good beach, so good family beach. Again here, look, they're stacking up the stones, like we saw it on Vidavagora. But here they really made some big ones. In this video, I'm going to show you Selce and Sumartin at the east end of Island Brac. We're going to have a small walk in the center of town, and we're going to explore if there's any interesting beaches, which you should see. So please follow me around. Let's go. Basically, we just entered the municipality of Selce. Soon we're going to pass Selce, and then we're going to go down to Sumartin, the coastal town just below that one, and have a look at that one, see what that small city has to offer, maybe see if it has some beaches and other interesting things. So let's see what happens down there. So now this should take us down to the center of Selce, I kind of assume, from the direction the road is going. Yes. Seems very likely. But look, all the stone houses. Everything. You know, the fence is built from stone. I have walked here. I went to visit the Sumartin. Actually, I was staying over there because I was invited by the tourist board. And basically they took me out to see the quarries and all this kind of stuff where they made the stone, cut it in pieces. And you know, showed me places in Sumartin, showed me Selce, and that's why that was the time when I said, you know, next to the church there was a note saying when the police would arrive. I think we are spot on now. Look at the church. Wow, 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 wow. That is what you call next level. Quite beautiful place, huh? Really beautiful place. But the church is just, wow. I haven't seen many churches this beautiful. Croatia. Beautiful. Really beautiful. Really beautiful church. Here you can see how it was made. There's a stair going up here, so you can actually somehow go to the tower. And this must have been some ruins. Oh. I said it says out there on a sign 1921 to 1955. So basically it's a 34-year period. And I think tourism also came to town since the sign says sale and of selected items. The mini market, bank. But the church was just impressive, just impressive. I'm not sure what you have over there. Let's see if there's a map here, giving us some hints. It is actually a good map, you know. So this is all Povlia, Novoselo, Selce, where we are now, and Sumartin is all part of the municipality of Selce. And you can see the green around is here Selce, so it's not far down to Sumartin, where we're going to go later. And then we're also going to visit, we are going to pass by Novoselo, and we're going to go to Povlia. Didulica Dvori. Aha, wow. That's a kind of a renovation project. But think how beautiful it could be if you fix this up. Huge house. Wow. But quite a task, but could be a nice place, you know, with all this greenery. With a garden or a courtyard here. And this impressive entrance. Oh. And we had a little doggy. and they have an extra bell. So now we're gonna grab a coffee and then we're gonna be back in the car soon and continue down to Sumartin. So we had a cup of coffee here on the nice square in Selca, and now we are trying to get out of the town and drive down to Sumartin, but really a neat small town here, so relaxed, so beautiful with all the stone. So if you're here in the area, I would recommend go up here and have a look at it. Really, really nice. The main road to Sumartin, 2 kilometers. I don't know how many people live in Selca, but it can't be that many, maybe 300-400 or something like that, 500. Sumartin, where we are going down now, is also around 500. Sumartin is situated at the end of the bay, and here's the head of the bay. Or the head of the bay is here, and it's actually not situated at the end. I mean, we are in the town now, but the main old town part we are going to go over to now is on the left arm here from the end of the bay. And actually below us, we can maybe see it now, is the small town beach. Really small beach here at the entrance to the city. But this is not the main beach of the town. That one we're gonna see if we can get to also. And here you see people lined up because Sumartin is the second town on Brac, which has a car ferry connection. From Sumartin, the car ferry goes to Makaska, and as you see, it's a pretty small one. So I assume it's a good idea to book your ticket ahead here during the summer season. Not sure exactly how many daily departures there are, but I don't think a massive number. But the trip is relatively short. I mean, Makaska is not far away. So we're gonna see if this area would allow us to park somewhere. No, as I said before, this is basically the second bay, or the bay comes in, it splits in 2 arms, and this is the other arm. We have rent a scooter, rent a quad. As you see, lots of places to sit, enjoy a coffee, have something to eat. So it's definitely a really quiet town. As I said, with 500 people living here, and it's definitely laid out completely on tourism. It used to be a town living of fishing and everything related to nautical stuff. But now today it's a tourist city, and it's definitely not a party destination. It's more for family, for a relaxed, quiet holiday. I think this is a profile which fits this city. And here you can rent the soup. And I think I lost the photos from back in the early days when I had my first visits to Sumartin, but I used to have photos of us sitting out here on this small pier, having a lunch or dinner, I can't even recall. I think it was lunch, yeah. This is the main city beach, but this is not the main, or the most popular beach around Sumartin, but this is definitely the one which is easiest to get to. And you see, it looks pretty inviting here. And if you're into water polo, you can also have a game. Ah, well, we didn't bring the swimsuit, otherwise it was obvious to go in the water here. No, and all the houses you see out there, when I stayed here, I was actually out in this end, staying in an apartment out there, and I was quite surprised. I thought it was only houses, but there's actually also quite few nice restaurants over there. So wherever you're staying, I think getting to a restaurant is easy peasy. And I think now we are basically at the end. Out here is a small shipyard, and that's basically how the coastal or the seaside promenade in Sumartin looks like. It really feels very calm here. Very calm. Let's see if the church can compete with the one in Selca. I think that's going to be hard. And of course the winery. Ooh. Unfortunately we are with a car, so it's a bit too early with anything wine, but looks very nice. And it's local wines, all of it.
Yes, everything's local from Ireland,
Yeah. And mostly grown in this area or on the south side?
On south side, if you know where is Bol.
Yes, we are staying in Bol, so I know Bol, yeah.
On the west, about 10 kilometers.
Ah, okay.
South side of Ireland.
Excellent, good to hear. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So you go up here. So I must say, a nice church, but cannot compete with Selca. We have to be, honest about these things. Unfortunately not. Let's see, here's the bell tower. It doesn't look like you can get up there. And is that another small church? 116, around 120, 10 to 20 churches on Island Brac. So if you're planning to visit a church, you don't need to search that long time if you're on Brac. But man, they are doing them beautiful with this stone. So impressive. So this is the building, yeah, it must be the monastery. Okay, it was not as secluded as the one we saw on Baywatch Island inside the National Park Croatia. Yeah, this must be garden part of it. So here they grow their maslina or their olive trees, olives for olive oil, but normally I would guess they would also have wine somewhere. And here's Brac. Really, nobody seems to be in a hurry here. Just easy. But when you have this water 50 meters from where you're staying or 100, 200 meters, what more do you want? You have, of course, to stay in here apartments. There's also a few villas around town here. They built quite a few with swimming pool and everything. So if that's what you're looking for, it's definitely also an option. If you go up that road, there's a small campsite up here to the right and a bit out. The only thing I'm not sure about, I don't think there's any hotels over here. which kind of makes sense, you know, if it's only 500 people here. It's a bit narrow in here and a bit confusing, but I think we are on the right way, and it says here to the left to get to the beach. So I think if we follow this one, we should be pretty okay. There's one beach here, and a bay here. Which has a little piece with pebble. So we gotta stay somewhere here. Reasonable shade. Yeah. So a bit of walking, but nothing dramatic. I already see the sea here just in front of us. So we should be there in a very short time. So the beach we're going to now is called the Baywatch beach. Kind of obvious why they figured out to call it like that. Again here, look, they're stacking up the stones, like we saw it on Vidavagora. These towers which are stacked up, they're way bigger than the one we saw on Vidavagora when we visited up there, where there was lots of towers. But here they really made some big ones. Some rocks, but when we get a bit further down, it's a nice pebble beach. Yeah, and here it's even with the rocks here, it's still really easy to get in the water. So this is the Baywatch beach. Definitely inviting. Definitely inviting. Really looks, for the kids, a good beach, so good family beach. What you see in front of us is Island Var, and you have the mainland, so you can't get much further to this end of the island. So really nice. Baywatch beach on near Sumartin, definitely an option for a day on the beach. I think it looks just amazing. I think that's it for the center of Sumartin. There's not much more to show. Of course, you can keep walking, but you won't find any interesting stuff. Everything is around this small head of this arm of the bay. This is where life happens in Sumartin. So, hope that gave you an idea. If this is a holiday place you want to spend time in, definitely quiet.